Happy Monday morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. Mondays are about motivation, mortgages, and some marketing, at least as we have declared it anyway. Hope you all have had a good weekend. I know Ryan has a social post to share. I've got some thoughts motivation-wise. And a mortgage program and programs that I'm digging into, and will be sharing more as I do that. So anyway, good stuff lined up for today. Do us a huge favor. If this is your first time watching the show, please subscribe to the channel, Wake Up Real Estate. And if this is your, second or more, please share with someone else in the industry. We like to see new folks on here, and would appreciate you sharing the love. Ryan, what do you got?
Thanks. Just a simple post today. This is something you can do every day, in line with the kind of let's shift toward listing more, and just where the season's at, people wondering what their house is worth. So instead of just posting, hey, go to my link like we always do to see what your house is worth, just post transactions every day if you want, or as often as you want. So I just grabbed all the sales that happened last Friday. And so there were 52 of them. And if you want to see what your house might sell for, then you do the call to action to your cell number or to your text response number and just post a picture.
You could slice and dice this any way you want. So he's got the county there, but you could do, you could do a different zip code every day, or a different town every day, a different school district every day, right? It's like unlimited content.
You could pick one sold property, the sold property of the day, and just show that one property in your area. So, by
the way, I'm going to tie this back to something we talked about last week on Thursday, Tech Tip Thursday, which was one of the topics was posting content to your Google business listing page. That would be wonderful content to post as an update daily.
Yeah.
Just literally transactions from the day before. And it could be your whole target area, or like Ryan did there, you could just slice and dice it however you want, different areas, etc. But that's that's wonderful content that you can leverage on a regular basis.
Josh, I know you're busy enough, but the Wake Up Real Estate show we're doing here could easily be, we've said this before, could easily be a show that you do every morning. It doesn't have to be live, but you just record it and you hop into your MLS and you just talk about the recent listings and the recent solds for 2 or 3 minutes, and just pop that video up and just do that every day, because the data is all here for you to use.
Totally. Awesome. Motivation front, and then I've got a story and mortgage talk that I'm going to weave together.
Yeah.
This is not revolutionary in any way, shape, or form, but I think we can all use reminders of this concept as often as possible. And this was, I made notes while watching a little short form video from my guy, Alex Hormozy this morning. Make the action the goal, not the outcome. Make the action the goal, not the outcome. Commit to the activity, not the outcome. If you take action consistently enough daily, the outcome is a foregone conclusion. These are my own notes on it, but his big picture thought was focus on the action, not the outcome. Now, you've got to take the right actions, right? Like, what I would say is focus on actions that compound or that create assets for you. And what I mean by that is an action or a process-oriented goal that you have control over is growing your database on a daily basis. You have direct control over that. What you don't have direct control is the outcome of one of those new leads that you're adding to your database being ready for an appointment tomorrow. You don't have direct control over that outcome, but you do have at least more direct control over the action or the activity necessary to add to your database. Okay. And if you do it over and over and over long enough, you will win out in the long run, in the long term. Daphne says this is perfect. Posting an asset on YouTube as we speak, right? The actions and the activities that you take can look all different kinds of ways. What Ryan and I have always been in lockstep on is actions that when you stop, it stops, right? So there's nothing wrong with knocking on doors to get business, other than the fact when you stop knocking on the doors, so does the business. There's nothing wrong with cold calling for business. The problem is when you stop the cold calling, so does the business. So finding actions that are more asset oriented that can compound over time. And I'll tie in, the example from the Hormozy video this morning was he had, and this was a gym owner, but it's the same for us. It's any business owner. He wanted to grow his online segment of his business. And Alex said, well, create content and create one short form video every day and post that every day. And he did it for 6 months and not much happened. Then around the 6-month mark, one of those videos went nuts. And then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And, at the end of 12 months, he had added like 100.
Oh, looks like we lost Josh. He just dropped off. Somebody comment. Let me know if you can hear me. There he is. He's back.
Excited. I was spitting on my computer, and the wiping off of the computer, I wiped myself out of the room.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll show you how the sausage is made. Point is, focus on your actions or activity, not the outcome. Nick Saban, because I'm a big sports guy, he would say process over results. Process over results. Right? It's about winning the next snap, winning the next rep, winning the next day. And if you do that long enough, the weeks and months compound, and you've got something substantial over time. So actions over outcomes.
Let's talk real quick about what those assets might be, in case people are wondering, because I know that posted to YouTube. But you guys are watching an asset right now of Josh and mine. It's just an engagement point, a channel that we're gradually slogging away at. But in real estate, I mean, it could be a website. You could do I could do Pinellas County Real Estate Transactions.com with the idea from this morning and say every morning I'm going to post the latest transactions to that, have a Facebook page and a YouTube page on that. Josh, give me another one.
Well, I mean, your main asset is your database, right?
Yeah.
So then having other assets, creating other assets that feed that primary asset. That's the way I would think about it, right? Like your two main roles besides actually servicing clients, okay? Because that's a given, right? We all need to provide great service and do our jobs for our clients. Beyond that, your two main roles in this business are to grow your database and nurture your database, right? So if growing the database is that primary asset, what assets can you create that will feed it? Ad campaigns are assets, offers, marketing collateral, whether they're reports or video content, webinars. I've been creating, doing some virtual workshops, some webinars. Those become assets for my business that, could be used to generate more leads, but also work great to nurture those leads, right? So creating assets that feed those two roles of growing and nurturing the database is really what we should be spending the majority of our time on. And if done correctly for a long enough time, it will compound for you, right? Those assets will compound for you over time. So I don't know, that's the way I think about it anyway.
Yeah, and one of the hardest things is just to focus on one of those for long enough that it gets done, and then you move on to the next.
Exactly. Yeah. So build the bridge all the way across, right? Build an entire standard operating procedure or pillar of the business, so that it is an asset, a fully functioning asset for your business that will continue to work over time. So, for example, I've got campaigns running right now on Facebook to generate seller leads. Okay. That campaign is an asset, but it goes much farther than that. So we generate the lead. They go into the bigger asset, the database. And now we build out a marketing asset, which is and we shared this on Friday in Thanks.0, a direct mail marketing campaign that also is an asset. And so this weekend, I don't even know how many seller leads came in this weekend, but it was, I don't know, somewhere between 15 and 20. And we've skip traced them, we've dispositioned them, and we've added them to that direct mail campaign. And now, that creates leverage for me, where those marketing campaigns, those assets are working silently while I can go focus on other assets or appointments and servicing potential clients, right? I just, and I know if you're watching this, you're probably already on the same page with us, but just spending too much time on activities that are treadmill type of activities or hamster wheel activities where when you stop, it stops, is a surefire way for burnout. You can generate business that way, right? But figuring out and creating and leveraging assets that will work regardless of whether you're out on an appointment or you're out, like Jordan's not here today because it's his daughter's birthday, so he's spending the day with her, right? But while Jordan is out, there are assets that are working on his behalf to generate opportunities and business for him. So I know we're preaching to the choir a little bit here, but I don't think we can be reminded of this often enough. And quite honestly, the first half of this year, I didn't spend enough time on growing my database. I wasn't focused as I should have, could have, needed to be on growing. I was still doing the nurture work, but the reality is you got to be doing both in tandem, because that database will erode over time if you're not filling it with fresh opportunities as well. Especially when you consider the fact that this unique set of circumstances between rates and still coming out of COVID and so forth, it means that the average person is staying in their home a lot longer before selling. You've got to have more opportunity flow coming your way. I always forget if it's Andrea or Andrea. Yes, absolutely. And I did share this. I'll pull it up now. I did share this last week as well, I think on Wednesday, on our What's Working Wednesday session, but I'll absolutely pull it up again here. Let me just bring it up before I share my screen because it's just easier that way. It is, it's pretty simple and straightforward, but you've got to kind of test some different things. And I mentioned this last week for those who are interested as well, I think on Friday. If you would like us to build one of these assets that we're describing out for you, where we'll make the ad campaign, we'll link everything up with your iList account, we'll link everything up with your CRM, we'll build everything out for you, and all you have to do is pretty much turn it on and make sure that you follow up and disposition the leads, right? Just email mike@growwithjosh.com, or you can use the little chat widget at the bottom right at wakeup.realestate. So almost there. I'll give a little preview here of what it looks like. Oh, the wrong screen to share. Bear with me. So this is an ad, and we do have, Mike has created a tutorial if you want to do this yourself as well. But this is what it looks like. Own a home in Central PA, right? So we're calling out to the area. Curious what a buyer might pay in today's market? Tap learn more below for instant access to 4 unique automated values. Or you can go to, and this URL just goes to my iList valuation page, and so does the learn more button. And then this image is just a screenshot of KV Core search results. Now I got some great I'm going to share this maybe later in the week, so a little tease. But I have a variation of this image, a simple variation of this image that I am going to test once these results start to once we see the cost per lead start to go up a little bit, just as having another option in the holster. Because on Facebook, the nice thing about Facebook is you can get some pretty quick activity and results. The thing that can be frustrating with Facebook is there does become a point of diminishing returns with ads. In other words, they're less evergreen than, say, a Google pay-per-click campaign, right? Where it is intent-based searching versus interruption-based marketing. Karen says, I've been in real estate for 22 years. I never kept track of any customers. Would love to hire someone to help me get started. Karen, I cannot express to you enough. That is the most important work you could possibly do. Is number one, organizing that existing data, and then number two, building out a system for yourself and leveraging a CRM for yourself moving forward. Because you and I don't say this to make you feel bad or give you a pit in your stomach, but I can virtually guarantee you, in that 22 years, you have missed out on thousands to tens to possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars of commissions by not having an organized system to stay in touch with those past clients and to provide offers of value and offers of service to them on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, it would start with pulling the database together. So go into your phone, go into your Facebook, probably your phone and Facebook, wherever else you hang out, and just start manually aggregating them all. Get a cheap and easy, whatever system you want to use, and start putting people in there.
Karen, no idea where to start. Where to start? Years of $7 to $10 million in business, though. Well, that's, good on you. And I'm assuming that's volume. Volume of transaction.
Your phone and your email, even your email, and how long you've been using your email account. Just start scrolling through and try to pull 5 people a day out.
Just create a Google spreadsheet, and start adding past clients and sphere of influence to it, right? And if you've been in the business for that length of time, you've got so many transactions, and then also the people that you know, or that the people that know, like, and trust you that maybe have never transacted. Those would be, those would be the the best place to start for sure. And like Brian said, add 5 to 10 people a day to that spreadsheet. And then once you've got something where you've got a couple hundred on the spreadsheet, then determine, okay, what CRM am I going to use to take the next step, so that I can stay in touch with those folks and continue to add to the database.
Karen, you probably have a CRM, right? Or your company provided one or something. If you have that, use that, and you could skip the spreadsheet. But spreadsheet's a good idea too. But yeah, there's money in those hills, man. I don't know. Just anybody who just needs business. If we all just go look in our Facebooks, there's at least a couple hundred, a few thousand for some of us just sitting there and just start saying hi to people.
Definitely.
Hey, what's up?
I keep avoiding it, but need to do it. Well, Karen, I don't know what market you're in, but this is a good time of year to, to time block. If you time block an hour a day to that work, and you commit to the action of doing it, right? I'll tie it back to my motivation. Commit to that hour each day. By the end of the year, you will have, you'll have a lot of data and be way ahead of the game for 2024 than if you don't do it.
It'll be fun too. You're gonna run into people you forgot about.
Well, it'll be fun, but it'll also be discouraging if you also go and do the work of figuring out, has this person recently transacted, right?
Yeah.
That I missed out on the opportunity. So, but that's important because it will create the motivation to make sure that you don't let it happen again, right? That you commit to organizing it and making it happen. So, real quick, because we want to let everybody get off for the day, just on the mortgage front. So I have to do CE in for mortgage, you have to do CE yearly, and I've been dragging my feet. So yesterday, while watching football with my boys, I had a Bluetooth in doing CE. We had Red Zone on and the Eagles on, and I'm Bluetooth and continuing education data. And most of it is just like, I just want to like, I won't say most of it is very painful to go through. Let's just say that. However, part of the CE was a special guest from Freddie Mac, and she was talking about some programs and some information that I think are, given the where the market is heading and where things are at, is going to be more relevant. Programs like what they call the Home Possible program, which is a great program not just for first-time home buyers. It can be trade-up buyers, right sizing or downsizing buyers, etc. And then also in the CE was a bunch of talk about down payment assistance programs, which we talk about all the time. But it got me motivated to put together some resources, some information and data that then you could turn into, if you wanted, you could then turn those into marketing assets to generate more people coming into your database or nurture the folks in there. So I don't have that yet, just because it's been a busy morning and I haven't been able to dig into those resources. But it was at least valuable enough for me to make notes on and then commit here publicly that I'm going to do some of that legwork to find some of it. When it comes to some of this stuff, you got to like know where the right link to go to or the right place to search, right? And that could be half the battle. So we'll compile some of that information and data that I think in the current market may be more useful and valuable. For example, the Freddie Mac Home Possible program might be a great program if you've got folks who will qualify for it and who are looking at a new construction home, right? Because I don't know if your market is anything like mine, half of the inventory is new construction in my market. So if you can combine the fact that builders are becoming motivated with a great special financing offer, you can kind of play market maker a little bit and maybe help move some inventory in your market and maybe even do so, get some of that going before the holidays. So more to come on that, and we'll turn that into some marketing assets that we'll try and make as easy as possible for you to swipe and deploy. Anything else on a Monday before we shove off and let everybody get to work, Ryan?
No, nothing here. Got a lot to do. Yeah,
so Texting Tuesday tomorrow. Wednesday, we have our What's Working session and our afternoon mastermind workshop style at 1:00. If you want to join us for that, wakeup.realestate/mm, wakeup.realestate/mm. I am working on a special guest. Last week we talked about Local Falcon. Ryan even mentioned that he thinks he might know the owner. One of their higher ups actually reached out to me this morning, and so I asked him. I threw out, "Hey, could you come on and do a demo and maybe take some Q&A and so forth?"
Great.
So we'll see. Hopefully we can get him on maybe this week, if not next week. And if you need anything in the meantime, go to wakeup.realestate, use the little chat widget, or email Mike@growwithjosh. Otherwise, everybody commit to taking action this week and divorce yourself from the outcomes. Just do the work, and good stuff will happen.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Awesome. See you tomorrow.
Later.